right, well, I just came back from grocery shopping. I wanted to show you what exactly did I get. Oops, sorry about that. Because for those who are trying to go a healthier route, this will definitely help a little bit. Mine grocery shopping is a little bit different because I have 3 boys and a husband, and you know, so instead of me getting, I always get fresh meats from the deli here. I got these from HEB. They were already pre-sliced and stuff. I have a lot of oranges, you know. I have a lot of broccoli. Yes, the kids do like broccoli, I know that. And then over here, you see I have some strawberries. I went and got them, instead of very, very sugary cereals like Captain Crunch and Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I went and got some Raisin Bran cereal. And I also got them oat blenders, which is pretty much honey bunches of oats. As meat, I got some pork chops, the thin slice. I normally just cook, like if I really want to make them some pork chops, smothered pork chops or something. Sometimes I will make that for them. I don't make them that often because of how much carbs is in that one meal. I do get bacon. I do get some bacon because I use the bacon with, like, when I'm making like cabbage and stuff. You know, like fried cabbage, you just put a little oil in the skillet, cook the cabbage, and then put some bacon in there. Oh my gosh, it's like so good. And of course, I get them some bread, and then I have some cherries, and I got like thin slice chicken breasts. I find that the thin slice works way better than the big chunk type of chicken breast. So I get these, and I mean they're super cheap at HEB. This one's like $5.34. So, and I always marinate it. Sometimes I marinate it, sometimes I just cook it straight. But for the most part, I always marinate this chicken, and it is like so good. Also, of course, bananas. Some of the snacks that I like to eat would be some mixed nuts. You know, this one has like peanuts and almonds and cashews and pecans and Brazilian nuts. That stuff is pretty good. Another one would be popcorn. Yes. Okay, I see y'all probably looking like butter. Okay. There's nothing wrong with popcorn. Just don't overdo it. This is kind of like, I guess you can kind of say like a cheat, whatever, but it's a way more better option than a candy bar. This right here, unfortunately, this my son's birthday is going to be on Sunday, and it's not Sunday, Saturday. He'll be turning 2, so this is the only reason why I have cake in here. Other than that, we don't be having cake. I got all this other extra stuff because we're going to be making some kind of dip for the get together. I buy chicken broth a lot because I use chicken broth with my collard greens. So I like to take like a bag of collard greens, like this one right here, and I'll just dump it in there and put some chicken broth in it. Cook it, put a little bit of seasons in it, but I don't overdo it because, you know, I want to keep it, you know, strictly just like the greens. Of course, the chip is for the dip. Instead of them getting the greasy type chips and stuff, I decided to get them pretzel sticks. So they can like dip it in peanut butter or something versus dipping potato chips and cheese. Also, this is the cabbage. This is a small cabbage. I decided also to get some tuna because even if they don't eat it, you know, I can eat this, you know, as a small little snack or as a lunch. Because I know for me today, I'm going to have me a salad because there's the salad right here, spring mix. And of course, I got some asparagus. It tastes pretty good, actually, if you put it on a pan and like lightly season it with some salt. And then roll it in. Well, first of all, roll it in some like canola oil, and then season it with some salt, and just put it in the oven and let it cook. It'll get nice and crispy, and it actually is pretty good. So I kind of grown to like asparagus. and trying to get my boys hipped on it. So far, I got them on broccoli and green beans, which I did not get any green beans this time. I was kind of hoping to see if they had just the regular green beans where I can snap them, and you know, I did that last time and I felt like those green beans were a lot more good than the other in a can. So I hope this helps somebody. You know, with all this food, it came up to like $150, and it can last us up to 2 weeks. And that's with me cooking and us strictly staying away from fast food. We don't go out often. Like every once in a blue moon, we might take the kids out to McDonald's or something like that for the kids, you know, just to make them feel, you know, like they're not 100% not like whatever. But we don't take them often because, of course, I don't want them to get so used to it. McDonald's to me anyways is not a good source of food. Well, heck, fast food period. So I try to make sure that when I do take them out, I try to get something with some kind of veggie on it or something. They hate it, but at the end of the day, eventually they'll eat it. And also another thing, I know some people say, well, it's so hard for my kids to eat or whatever like that. But see, here's the thing. If you don't give your child an option about their choice of what they want to eat for dinner, and you just flat out tell them that if you don't eat this, then I don't know what else to tell you. Eventually, if they're really hungry, they'll eat it. My son, Jaden, fights me on a daily basis when it comes to vegetables. And it took a minute to get him to like eat. But now he at least tries. Even if he doesn't really want to eat it, he'll sit there for the longest. But at the end of the day, he eats his vegetables. So I had to limit my kids. I had to cut back, meaning like not give them so much freedom as in what they want to eat. And it has helped out a lot as far as transitioning from just letting them have whatever they want to now I'm being a little strict on how they eat and what they eat or whatever. I barely even bring cereal in the house. This is the first time that I actually bought some cereal in a long time because they were always eating Captain Crunch or whatever. And they're not the only ones who's doing that same mess. My husband was doing the same thing. He's just as worse as the kids. So the transitioning is going okay, going slowly. Of course, I'm hoping that later on down the road that it will be, you know, they'll really hop on it, and then when I put something there in front of them, they'll be like, okay. Tried doing some fried cabbage from them, they just looked at it like, and what are we supposed to do with this? But for the most part, it's a start. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's something. So I hope whoever is wondering, how can I transition my family? How can I transition, you know, the kitchen into being more of a healthier choice? Well, first, when you're grocery shopping, look at your basket. If your basket is loaded with nothing but cookies and cakes and pastas and this and that or whatever, then maybe you need to reevaluate what you're putting in your basket. Your basket should be majority of healthy things like fruits and vegetables. It should be overloading. But of course, you don't want to go overboard on the fruit because fruit is loaded with sugar. And, you know, sugar is sugar. No matter if it's natural sugars or regular sugar, it's still sugar. So limit a little bit on the fruit, but load up on as many veggies as possible. Like, the more green, the better. There's nothing wrong with eggplant. It's still a vegetable. Squash, sometimes I get some zucchini. This time I didn't get squash and zucchini this time. But yeah, those are things that can be very helpful, and it can help. And for those who like, I just can't stand the taste. I don't like how it tastes in my mouth. It's just, ugh. There are different recipes that's out there where you can, you know, change them to make them taste like something else that you really like. And it winds up being actually pretty good. Like I just found out that cauliflower, you can actually cook it and mash it up like mashed potatoes and treat it like it's mashed potatoes, and they will never really know the difference. It's actually pretty good. I haven't personally tried it. I got cauliflower last time thinking, oh, okay, I found this recipe on Pinterest, and it was the cauliflower chowder, and I had went and got it, you know, and it looked so good on the picture, but when I made it, it just didn't, whew, cauliflower was just not getting it at all. But for the most part, I think I'm gonna try it again. I'm just gonna have to try a different recipe. There were kid-friendly type of recipes for cauliflower, so I don't know. For those who are on Pinterest, if you need some ideas or whatever, I do clip and pin a lot of stuff. So you can look me up, Victoria J, on Pinterest, and you will see some stuff that I have on there. Like I've been making pizzas homemade instead of going to the store or buying from Papa John's or Domino's. Occasionally we might order something like Little Caesars or something, but for the most part I make their pizzas homemade. Like last night they had mini pizzas. I made the dough homemade, everything homemade, and it just, to me, it makes me a little bit more comfortable because I know that I made it versus the processed stuff or whatever like that. I just feel like making it homemade is more healthier anyways. Why get your food in a box or a can? It is more better for you if you just make it yourself. So I hope this encourages somebody. I hope this helps somebody who is in the middle of transitioning and doesn't know how to start. You know, it starts in the grocery store. And also another thing, you don't want to go to the grocery store while you're hungry. I mean, you go to the grocery store while you're hungry, you put everything in the basket. And then you be looking at your basket like, how did I get my basket this? Yeah. Happened to me before, the biggest mistake ever. So yeah, so if you have any other questions or concerns or any other need help or something like that, please send me a comment below, and we can talk more in depth about it. I will be making another video also to help with my This Is Me playlist. And yeah, so I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.